It turns out they built more ball golf courses than they need. Here's Billy Crump with another installment of his Clash DVD series featuring a converted ball golf course down in Florida.
Well, this is Billy Crump. I'm here with one of our teams. These guys have won the U.S. Distance Championship or battled for the U.S. Distance Championship several times. Avery Jenkins, Garrett Gerthy. Well, I've got the 12-time world champ. I've got the 2008 world champ. Multiple USDGC championships between you guys. Well, this is the Clash at Pine Oak, and we've got some accurate technical players, and we've got a couple powerful guys. Let's see how it goes. Well, we're here standing on hole one. Today we're going to be playing best shot doubles with a great team. Lucky enough to have Nate Doss with me. Nate, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic.
Now this is a great starting hole, indicative of what we're going to see all day long. This is a 600-foot par 4. The wind's up, Nate. What do you see them doing out here?
Yeah, it's the wind is really swirling around. We can't really get a consistent wind here, but this is a pretty standard par 4 for this course. And I really just see the guys bombing it off the tee, getting them up close, and getting, hopefully we'll see 2 birdies here.
Well, this is hole 1. This is the Clash at Pine Oaks. Ken Climo, David Feldberg against Avery Jenkins and Double G. We're off.
Let's do it.
Well, stepping on the tee first, it looks like Kenny and Dave have one flip. They decided who was going to go first with a flip. And you know, Kenny's only played this course 3 or 4 times. I don't know that they've got an advantage with him being from Florida.
Yeah, I really don't think so either. I think, you know, both teams have somebody from Florida, but, you know, this course is pretty new, and I don't think they get out here much. But Kenny threw a good one there. A little bit to the right, but out there good and has a good look at the basket.
Well, Kenny said a lot of these holes, you know, he felt like their advantage really wouldn't give him that big an advantage because his goal was to get there in 2, and he could do that. Now, Dave did throw about 300 drives yesterday.
Yeah, Dave flipped it over there. Not a good shot, really. Probably end up taking Kenny's just because it'll be closer to the basket, but we'll see what they choose.
Well, now, we know both these guys. I mean, each one has won distance titles in different places all over the world, and I'm interested to see them bomb this place.
Yeah, it's going to be a show, hopefully. The wind is tough. Avery's turned one over and hit an early tree, so not a good start for Avery, but Double G and Avery are both extremely impressive distance throwers, and it should be fun.
Well, I mean, like right before we teed, suddenly the wind changed. We've got no consistent wind, and now they're throwing into a headwind, and that's just tough on a bomb.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as we said before, the wind is swirling out here, and it's just going to be who can catch that right angle.
Oh, that looks hot.
Garrett's played it out wide, and it is flexing back, and yeah, that's going to be a good one. I think they'll be happy with that and have a decent look up to the basket.
Well, we'll move on down to the green, see how they do. We're off here at Pine Oaks. Looks like they've definitely chose Kenny's, and you know, he might have went to the right there. He brings those trees into play, but they're only about 150 out.
Yeah, it's a pretty short shot, but yeah, as we thought, they definitely take it. And here goes Dave, a little hyzer around
that's
the trees.
way short.
Yeah, he
might have hit something right out of his hand.
I don't think we can see it from here, but I think he definitely hit a tree. If he nicked it or hit it solid, I don't know, but yeah, that didn't look like a great shot at all, and we'll see what Kenny can do.
Well, Dave really came out. He attempted to prepare yesterday, and he threw a lot of drives. He's got the champ.
Yeah, Kenny's gotten through there easy, and that's a beautiful shot.
Well,
easy birdie.
Now, unless these guys can throw it in, that big bomb that he threw really means nothing.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to see a lot of that today. You know, I think it's really going to come down to who can really attack some of these really tough greens that we're going to see later on the course, and see who can make a difference. And Double G's just nestled it up really close there.
Well, now you've got the green light in a situation like this. I mean, in doubles, you're really trying to throw this in, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if Avery is anywhere short of the pin, it's kind of you know, maybe a bad shot, but he's going to try to get it in the basket no matter what here.
He's going to get interrupted with a little traffic here. If you can't tell yet, you will notice as we move around today, this is an old ball golf course that has now been turned into exclusively a disc golf track. And Nate, I'd just like to get your opinion, your first opinion after seeing it.
I really liked it. I think that it's a great idea. I mean, this piece of property has already been cleaned out. It looks gorgeous. And they really set the course up pretty well. I think they have some things to work on, but you know, it's great time out here, definitely.
All right, we're gonna move on down to the green, see if we can get them putting. Well, we got Dave walking up, and these are really just tap-ins. We're gonna get ready for the next hole, but absolutely no advantage by the big guys on the first hole.
Yep, I think this is what we're gonna see all day long, Billy. You good? Dave's lining it up here. Looks like a tough one.
Hope that bicep doesn't hurt him on that putt.
He's excited about making that one. Good to start the day off with a made putt.
Well, and Avery didn't quite get it there, but again, I'm standing out here in the fairway, and I've got about 20-mile-an-hour wind surging up my back, and that's pretty constant.
Yeah, I mean, Avery gave his best effort, but it's going to be tough no matter what.
And we've got a warning already for a toss disc. They're going to have a little fun. We're going to move over to hole 2, see what they do there. Well, one of these things you'll see out here is we've got a long hole and then a very reachable hole, and we'll see that pattern as we move through the front 9. This is a 365-foot hole, Nate. Would you consider this a must-get already?
Yeah, kind of. I think that, you know, it's hole 2. You really need to start off strong. But, yeah, being 365, this is going to be definitely one of the chances for them to get a 2.
We're going to move in position. You'll see the mound up there. We're not sure if they're going to go straight, hyzer or anhyzer. They've got all 3 of those options. This is hole 2 at Pine Oak, 365 feet.
Ready? I know, but you just keep track, what I'm saying.
Well, it looks like Kenny and Dave are going to retain the box, and they're going to stay with that same order. You know, and we've always said Kenny's played a lot of clashes for us blind, and if the man can see the shot, he can throw the shot.
He has amazing shot memory. If he's thrown it before, he can reproduce it. And
it's a little short there, Nate.
Yeah, a little short. It's a headwind for everybody out there, kind of coming a little bit left or right on the players. So we'll see what these guys do.
Well, you know, they've got that option right here for a big booming hyzer, which brings the tree in up on the green, or they can take the straight route, which brings the ceiling in, or the anhyzer route, which really brings the air in. Yeah. So Dave's taking a straight route.
Yeah, he's taking the straight route and turned it, and is about pin high. Got a little lucky there with the tree, but I think they're going to have definitely a 2-putt.
Well, they're at the circle's edge, and oh man, I've been saying it for a while now. We used to talk about what a good sidearmer he was becoming. This is the best sidearm player in the world right now.
Definitely. Avery's got a power sidearm like nobody else, and he's juiced one out here.
Oh, that's just perfect.
It looks little nothing. It looks really great. It looks really good. So
he's about 15 feet. I did have an opportunity, and we'll see that all day long as Nate's talking about these hills, these mounded greens. That actually hit, wiggled just a little, and could have ran away.
Yeah, I think the greens is really what makes this course. There are a lot of greens that are nice and flat, but there's a lot of really difficult greens where these players are going to have to really keep an eye out on what they're doing.
Well, this is one of those unique times. We've had an anhyzer. Oh, look at this thing is hunting.
Get it? Oh.
Just a little mossy action, but we had an anhyzer, we had a straight shot, we had a sidearm flick, and we had a bomb hyzer. So let them come on up to the green and see if they can make some of these putts and get the birdies rolling. Well, they have definitely taken Dave's, and that tree saved him another 10 feet and kept him pin high.
Yeah, easily. A little bit of luck there. See if they can capitalize.
Well, no touch the shoulder there in the routine.
Didn't matter. He nailed it right in there. Good putt.
Well, now that was certainly not a gimme. That was about circle's edge, and they needed that because I believe this is a gimme right here.
Yeah, these guys really need to get this hole, and they capitalized on that, on a little bit of luck they got. So.
Well, that's the accuracy paying off there against the distance, and we're going to move over to a hole where the distance is certainly an advantage here at this course at Pine Oak. We're going to move over to hole 3 and show you that hole.
The Professional Disc Golf Association is the governing body for the sport of disc golf. From local tournaments to the amateur and professional world championships, the PDGA oversees sanctioned events for disc golfers of all skill levels. The PDGA is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to promoting disc golf around the world. To learn more about the PDGA, visit www.pdga.com. Get out and play a round of disc golf. The sport of the future is here today. The Winthrop Gold course in Rock Hill, South Carolina is our next stop as we return for second round action at the United States Disc Golf Championship.
The Disc Golf Live crew was up early again for round 2, this time to catch the whole field driving on number 6. While we were at it, we caught some of the action as players finished up the par 5 fifth. Higher scoring players went out early. It didn't take long to fill our quota of unhappy water shots on number 5. Here's Joe Mila on number 6, taking the inside route. There's water all along the left side. The pin is on a sandy area, right on water's edge. The spotters get a workout here. There's plenty of room around to the right, so righties especially like to swing their drives out there. There's OB if you go too far as well. The first player to birdie number 6 was Jamie Letts off the 4th card. We'll take the birdie boys in the order they came through. Here's a birdie bid on 5. I guess par will do. Josh came off the 7th card out of 47 total groups.
Yeah!
It took 6 more groups before Ian picked up his birdie. He's on the beach. Philo had troubles in round 1, but came back strong, picking up medal honors for round 2 with a 9 under 59. He had an eagle and a single bogey along the way. Don shaved a few off round 1 as he put together a 4 over 72 that could have been a lot better, minus the 10 on number 13. About halfway through the field, one group produced 3 players deucing number 6. The putts on 5 were not falling for many folks today. Chris M. carded an 80 in round 2, done in by a string of 5s and 6s in the middle of the round. Nate shook off the ill effects of a rough round 1 to card a 3 under 65, including an eagle and 9 birds. It was an even keel second round for Chris H, with 11 pars en route to a 1 over 69. Jeff, a recent transplant to the Charlotte area, came off the next card and marked the halfway point of the field. Although Jeff is inclined to throw forehand more often than not, this hole favors his backhand.
Backhand too? Backhand Bennett. There it was.
It was another 10 groups before the next birdie on 6 came along. This was one of Pat's few highlights as he tacked 14 throws onto his first round score. Perhaps it was camera jinx or high wind, but a lot of players were clanking putts on 5. An eagle 2 out on number 10 was a highlight for Bradley, who shot a +3 for the day. Speaking of tough putts, here's one. Johannes is making his third appearance at the USDGC. He posted a 75 for the day. Dion Arlen gave this one a little more room than was necessary, but he made the putt, and who can argue with success?
Touch the tree.
Whether it's a snazzy hat or a loud shirt, Matty O is always looking sharp on the course. He managed 7 birdies on the round, but bogeyed them all away to finish 1 over.
Tester.
With an instantly identifiable putting style, Steve Brinster is easy to pick out as well. He put up an eagle and a bunch of birdies, but a couple of troublesome holes late in the round hurt. Still, Steve tallied -6, 62, third best for the day. Starting with hole 4, Paul reeled off 9 straight birdies en route to a -8, 60, the second best round of the day. He'd end the day in third place, 4 off the lead. 10 pars told the tale for Eric, who never really got the birdie train on track and shot a 2 over.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
4 under after 4 holes was a good start for Dave, but a 9 on number 11 left him a bloated 1 over. He regrouped, answered with an eagle and 3 birds to card a 4 under, 64. For this round, scores on the 5th averaged a bit over bogey, 6.2. The average on number 6 was just over par, 3.05. The full field average on Winthrop Gold fell a bit this round to just over 76.5. With tasty shots like this to set up a drop-in birdie 4 here. First round co-leader Will Schusterick put up 8 birdies en route to a 5 under, 63. Things didn't go so smoothly for Carl, who was playing all right until he posted a 7, followed by a 9, out on holes 10 and 11. He finished at 3 over for the day. And down to the business end of the hole for a change, as Carl and Will cash their birdie putts. First round co-leader Nico LaCastro is lurking as well to clean up his par. He overcame a 10 on hole 12 to post a -6 for the day and will sit in first after 2 rounds, 1 ahead of Will. We'll be back in the next episode of Disc Golf Live Video Magazine with final round play. Until then, that's all from the United States Disc Golf Championship in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
The premier event on Disc Golf's national tour is the Vibram Open, chronicled each year on DVD. Here's tournament director Steve Dodge to set the stage for our sample of the action.
So Nico's left with this putt on hole 2. His hopes for a Vibram Open championship are vanishing quickly. He started this final round tied with Matt Oram for the lead. Matt Oram birdied, he bogeyed the first hole. Nico finds himself down 2. Dave Feldberg is parked for the birdie. He could be down 2 to Dave after this hole. Oh, that's got a chance!
Yeah!
Welcome to the 2010 Vibram Open, folks. We got a race. I love how Dave Feldberg and Matt Oram are the first 2 to congratulate him. Good luck in the final round, gentlemen. Hello, race fans, and welcome to the 2010 Vibram Open. This year's Vibram Open features a star-studded cast featuring the last 4 world champions, 8 of the top 10 Pro Open players in the world, and a bunch of guys trying to catch them. But there are 3 players who are exceptionally hungry to win the Vibram Open. Dave Feldberg, Steve Brinster, and Nico Locastro. In 2008, Dave Feldberg won Worlds by 14 strokes, the second largest margin of victory ever. But at the Vibram Open, he finished second, stumbling in his run at Avery Jenkins. In 2004, Steve Brinster, with 10 holes to go, was down by 8. After that birdie on 17, he's all tied up with Ron Russell. On hole 18, Ron Russell hits this amazing shot to secure his bogey after going OB. Steve Brinster just needs to go up and down for the victory. Pulled it a little right. Off the Wellstone cover. He is lucky that didn't go OB. Oh, here's Steve Brinster for the win. And in 2009, Nico Locastro came into the final round hoping to catch Barry Schultz. The very first hole, his approach shot goes OB. His putt to save par falls short. And there was no catching Barry Schultz. Let's see what these guys and this guy can do to make the 2010 Vibram Open the best yet. Good luck, gentlemen. And what better place to start our 2010 Vibram Open coverage than with world champion Eric McCabe. Eric launches a beautiful drive. He's left with this putt for birdie on hole 1.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Eric McCabe is your 2010 world champion.
On hole 2, much of the same. Eric's left with about a 40-footer uphill for birdie.
And he drains it.
On hole 3, a beautiful drive.
And like a laser, Eric just...
And he's left with a 70-footer for birdie, 2 inches low. On hole 4, a 50-footer for birdie.
As soon as you put a putter in Eric McCabe's hand, it is going to the basket. Unbelievable.
So after the first 4 holes in the first round, Eric McCabe is 3 down. He would struggle a bit throughout the rest of the Maple Hill Gold Course and finish the round 3 down. Good enough for a tie for 7th place. Michael Johansson finds himself in the lead at 7 under par, shooting a 53 on the Maple Hill Gold Course. Matt Oram, 1 off the pace at 6 under par. Nico Locastro, Cale Leviska, Steve Brinster, and Devin Owens are all 5 under par and tied for 3rd place. We start the action with Aaron Alla, Vibram's very own chemist, the man behind X-Link, and arguably the man who made the Vibram Open happen. Nice first drive, Mr. Alla. We start the action on hole 1 with Michael Johansson on the tee. He's our leader at 7 down.
Michael has ripped a drive that is still riding. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Next to tee is Matt Oram. He was 6 under par after the first round. Oh, and he hits first tree, kicks way left. Matt Oram is in trouble on hole 1. Steve Brinster now, 5 under par after the first round. And he puts a monster out there. That thing is still flying. Heisering back nicely. He's going to have a look on the island green. Nico Locastro now.
And Nico has tossed a bomb out there. That is Heisering. Out and over. Absolutely beautiful shot.
Not bad for my first.
Let's look at an overview of hole 1. Matt Oram kicked off first tree left. His second shot flew way left and went out of bounds. He's going to have a very tricky 4th shot just to save bogey 5. Here's Steve Brinster's approach. Oh, he puts that in there beautifully right underneath the Vibram Open banner. A gimme birdie for Steve Brinster on hole 1. Michael Johansson's shot fades in nicely. He too has an easy birdie. Nico Locastro fires it in there. Settles in nicely. Matt Oram needs to save his bogey. A beautiful shot right in the peninsula green. We go to hole 2, 350 feet right up the gut. Here's Michael Johansson on the tee. Oh, our current leader dodges a significant bullet. That could have easily flipped out of bounds. It is a foot in bounds. Let's see what Steve Brinster can do. A nice shot here. He leaves himself just over the gully, about 60 or 70 feet for the birdie. Michael Johansson now.
And Michael Joe has hung it out a little wide.
If Michael Johansson misses that putt and Steve hits this putt, he is tied for the lead. Let's go to Terry Miller for the call.
Steve with his very unique straddle putt. As you can hear, the crowdy here. Beautiful putt.
Matt Oram for birdie.
Oh, and just an inch low is Matty O's attempt.
Michael Johansson to save par and maintain his lead.
And Michael Joe saves his par.
We're going to skip hole 3. It's a 420-foot S shot through the woods. Everybody threes.
We'll move on to hole 4, which is about 300 feet downhill through a tunnel. Michael Joe was the only one yesterday to card a deuce on this hole.
On the tee, Steve Brinster.
He needs it to flip up and turn just a little bit. A little skip.
Next up, Michael Johansson, our leader.
Michael Joe is opting for a putter on this shot. He needs it to flip up a little bit as well. Definitely safe.
Nico Locastro.
Oh, and he has just missed the tree running right at the basket as it finishes right next to the basket. Beautiful shot.
And teeing off last on hole 4, Matt Oram.
Matty has thrown a beautiful shot. We needed just to stop and hit the pole. Oh, and unfortunately, it has found the water. Oh, and Steve Brinster is just wide right. And as expected, a little extra help from the right side basket and chains, but that's why they don't draw pictures on the scorecards. He's taken a 2. And it looks good, and it is. Oh, and Steve has just released it high. It was an unfortunate bogey for Steve.
So on hole 4, Locastro and Brinster switch second and third positions, and Johansson opens his lead to 2.
Okay. There we go. Our hour of disc golf has just about come to a close. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate the support of our underwriters, as well as the folks behind the Vibram Open and the Clash DVD series for sharing their creations. We'll be back in a couple of months with more action from the disc golfing community. Until then, drive carefully.
I got beat by Pete, lots of those. I beat Pete, not so many of those.
Showing up, it's amazing. Game face. Game face. Neither not. Depends on who you compare me to. Next. He's right. 920, Ian Hovey, Michael Olsney, Carl Johan Nybo, Chris Harden.
Lambrecht, Patrick May, Zachary Iverstein, and Peter Wingard. 11-12, Eric McCabe, Joe Mila, Kevin Barrett, and Dana Pickett.
Okay.
11-20, Roger Hoffman, Jay Winthrop, Jimmy McElvain, and Avery
Okay,
Jenkins.
brace yourself. Next.
11-30, Nathan Doss, Tanner Duncan, Kevin McCoy, and Robbie Pratt.
Next.
11-40, Isaac Cheney, Chris Minkowitz, Kevin Babbitt, and Sam Ferentz. 11-50, Adam Olson, Joshua Dan, Gary Murphy, and Camilla Enberg.
Next.
At high noon, defending champ, Nicola Castro.
Next.
And world champ, David Wiggins Jr. Joined by Craig Angloff and Kevin Couch. 12-10, Lane Hinkle, Matthew Wilson, Chris Hayes, and Corey Sharp. 12-20, Will Schuster, Al Jenkins, Barry Schultz, and Stan McDaniel. 12-30, Paul McBeth, Ella Vista, Dave Everett, and David Sexton. 12-40, Sarah Schreiber, Nathan Wolf, Brian Artis, Larry Childers. 12-50, Emil Hoffman, Trey Johnson, Kyle Crabtree, Brandon Williams. 1 o'clock, Dane Click, Dave Dundace, Michael Henry, and Kyle Inman. 110, Brett Harper, Kelly Watson, and D10. 120, Ryan Schweber.
All right, he gets the green one.
Tim Scanlon.
What do you got there?
Curtis Hochmeier.
I beat Peace.
Sweet.